which fast food mascot would win in a fight? So we all selected our champion, and we're going to argue about which one is the best.
Yes. And I did Ronald McDonald, the obvious one.
That's his full title.
Yeah.
That's his legendary Magic the Gathering card. Ronald McDonald.
Obvious one.
I mean, it's the one that you think of if you ask this question. So
yeah.
I figured we have to include him. And there's actually a lot of stuff to go off of on this one for Ronald McDonald.
There's some rich lore.
Yeah, a really rich lore. So I started with the commercials. And there actually weren't that many powers in the commercials. There were a few. There are a couple times where he uses balloons to fly. So that can be useful. He did actually, in like a holiday commercial, he flew without balloons, so he could just like fly in general, but I didn't use that as...
The balloons are a trick.
Yeah.
People pop his balloons when he's trying to escape, and he's like, ha ha!
He just holds them so he doesn't freak people out when he flies.
He more consistently uses the balloons in the commercials and other stuff, so I went with that for his power.
Fair enough.
And then there's one weird commercial where there's like an alien that stole all their food, and he used a straw to like suck it back down to Earth. So he apparently has like super lungs or something.
Super sucking power.
Yeah. So those were the two that I got from the commercials. There were a ton of commercials, and those were the only ones I could find. But I did find powers in other things. So he has 2 video games. One of them was for the Sega Game Gear in 1994. It's called Ronald McDonald and the Magical World. And in that, he uses an umbrella to slow his fall.
He can already fly.
Well, yeah, he can fly. The balloons go up. He needs a way to get down. So he'll use the balloons to get up, and I'll float down with an umbrella. And he also used that umbrella to like hit enemies in that video game.
Well, that's not a superpower.
That's
just
not
having an
superpower.
umbrella.
Just having an umbrella he hits people with.
It's just a weapon option that he has. That was that video game. The second video game was McDonald's Treasure Land Adventure. That's for the Sega Genesis in 1993. And in this, he has a power that he actually uses in like a bunch of different things. Where like an infinite scarf comes out of his sleeve. You know, like the clowns, they like pull the scarf out of their sleeves and it goes forever.
Right.
He has one of those, and he can use it to get to high places. So he like shoots it out, sort of like Spider-Man, and then he like swings on it.
Okay.
And he can also, I guess he can make it float in the air, so he can like walk on it. He used that a couple of times to like get across like cliffs and stuff.
He can fly though.
He can fly. I don't know why he didn't.
So many redundant flying powers.
He also has like sparkly magic. It was like just general sparkly magic in this video game, where sparkles like came out of his fingers and damaged the enemies.
Oh, okay. Just general sparkle magic.
And then, unrelated to superpowers, I just wanted to point out the bosses in this video game. So one of them was an alien, which is like normal, kind of.
Fine.
There's an anthropomorphic tomato.
Oh no.
There's a goblin-like creature flying in a clown-like robot. That's how Wikipedia described it.
That's the Wikipedia description. It's actually a what's the Sonic dude? The Dr. Eggman?
Robotnik or Eggman, depending on...
Yeah, Eggman, who is also known as Dr. Robotnik. Dr. Eggman Robotnik?
Yeah, I guess you could just use those words to describe him, too. And then this last one... So Wikipedia described this last one as pirate with lips for a head.
Oh, no!
And I looked at a picture of it, and it is a pirate with lips for a head.
So is there a neck and lips on top, or just like shoulders to lips?
It's just shoulders to lips, just like a giant set of lips on as a head. With a hat on it. It has a pirate hat.
Oh, it has a hat
too. Like the Rolling Stones thing with a hat on it?
Oh, yeah. That's Aerosmith, right? Rolling Stones or Aerosmith?
Pretty sure it's Rolling Stones. Oh, God.
I think it's
I'm going to be wrong on my podcast.
Yeah, so those were the video games.
Oh, yeah, it's Rolling Stones. Thank the fucking Lord.
Okay. You were right the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, so those were the video games. And now we move to the animated movie. So they had an animated movie come out in 1990. It's called The Adventure of Ronald McDonald, McTreasure Island. And they get like stuck in the book Treasure Island. That's like the premise of it. And in this, he has a few powers. He can... So, like, some people are snake charmers, but he uses the snake charmer on, like, a rope. So he can, like, control the rope if he plays a flute.
Okay.
Interesting.
And then later in it, he uses this to control vines when he's in a forest. So he can do that. He has the infinite scarf thing in this.
Mm-hmm.
He has the balloons, and he has the umbrella in this as well. So that's the movie. Next is the TV show. So he had a TV show, actually, and I actually remember this TV show when it came out. It ran from 1998 to 2003. It was more like short movies, basically.
Yeah, no, I remember it too. It was actually pretty big.
Yeah, it was like a quality cartoon. So it's called Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald. It was made by Classico Supo, which is the animation studio, and they actually made like Rugrats and Wild Thornberrys and Rocket Power and All Real Monsters. So they're like a legit company.
Damn.
Interesting.
Who sold their soul to McDonald's?
Yeah, but it was a good show. So there were actually 6 episodes of these, and they're each 40 minutes long, total of 4 hours. I watched every single one of them in prep for this, doing my research.
Are you sure you didn't just watch the first one and got real into it?
That too.
Yeah, I took one for the team, guys. I had to watch all that Ronald McDonald. I love him.
So in the show, he has a few different like vehicles that he has access to. He has an anthropomorphic car, so it can drive and it can like talk and stuff, and it can also drive on water. He has a magic boat, which is like, it started out like super mini, and then he added water to it, and it grew big to like a real boat. He had a playground, which turned into a rocket ship that he could fly into space.
Interesting.
So he has access to a spaceship. And then there are a few summons that he can actually do by whistling his fingers. So he used this once to summon a bunch of butterflies that like created like an air, like a hot air balloon, but instead of the balloon is butterflies.
Okay, so he can fly again.
So he can fly again. Another mode of flight. He summoned a guy called I Am Hungry. That was the guy's name. Apparently this is like a character in McDonald's lore that shows up a bunch. But it's basically just like a giant green fuzzy guy that says I am hungry over and over again and eats whatever food is around. So I figured this might be useful if like one of your guys uses food as a weapon or something. I don't know what you guys are doing, but could be useful. And then he summons horses once. So he like went to medieval times and he whistled and horses came. So he has access to horses.
When you said he went to medieval times, I thought you meant like he went to the dinner establishment medieval times. I got really confused.
Yeah.
He went to the medieval times melee and won with all his scarf magic and 8 forms of flying.
They had a partnership.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, and let's get to some of the actual powers, because these are just like things that he can summon.
Oh, they're just his bonus powers until we get to his real powers.
I don't really consider those powers. Those are like vehicles that he was using. But these are the powers that from the show. So he had like a scroll of paper that he unrolled, and it turned into like a door. And when he opened the door, it went to like an interdimensional space. And he uses this on a bear because a bear is chasing him. So he uses the door and traps the bear in the door.
Interesting.
He fights a kraken in the show, actually.
What?
What
is this show?
Yeah, because it was like a pirate-themed episode. So he fights a kraken, and he ends up tying its mouth closed, and that's how he wins.
The one weakness of a kraken. Oh no, now I can't enjoy delicious McDonald's burgers.
And there's one, this power is weird, but he uses pepper. He like blows pepper into the air, and it makes a cloud sneeze, and then the cloud rains down onto the ground, and the hedges grow, like a hedge maze grows up.
Interesting.
That seems like a very complicated and obscure power.
I don't know if that's the limitation of that one power, if that's the only thing he can do with it, but if so, pretty useless to me. But he can also bring plants to life. There's like a plant sculpture thing, and he made it into like a plant monster that like fought for him. So that can be helpful. Let's see.
God, how many fucking powers do you
have? I know,
have?
there's a lot.
You're like flipping to like page 4 of your fucking powers list.
So he was in a room once he was trapped in a room and he couldn't get out, but there was like a hatch on top. So he just like walked onto the wall and he walked to the hatch. But
why? He can fly. He can fucking fly. We get it.
It wasn't just him though, because there were kids trapped in the room as well. So he wasn't actually walking on the wall, because when he walked on the wall, it rotated the room and the kids fell too. So he can rotate rooms.
He can like alter gravity?
I guess so.
Interesting.
I mean, how do you think those golden arches stay up? Those aren't structurally sound. An arch is the weakest shape against gravity. Everyone knows that.
So those were all the powers from all the like fiction lore. But there was some things from like real life sort of that like McDonald's has like said in their policy. So McDonald's has like a very strict policy of like who they hire to play Ronald McDonald. And in 2005, they actually made a push to make Ronald McDonald like more fit, because they're getting a lot of like publicity on like obesity and stuff. So they actually fired all the actors that were out of shape. So Ronald McDonald is super fit in real life. And they always insist that they're not actually actors, that Ronald McDonald is real. So like when he shows up in an appearance or something, he's not credited as an actor. He's credited as Ronald McDonald playing himself. And actors aren't allowed to say their real name if they're in costume, which like, so there's one case where an actor got into a car crash and he was being questioned by the police, and he said he kept on insisting that he was Ronald McDonald.
Oh my God.
I feel like there should definitely be a writer on that contract, except the police.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you have to stay in character, except the police. Like, anything police, you can say who you are.
And then McDonald's also insists that there's only one of him. So even though multiple actors play him, there's only one Ronald McDonald. And the Baltimore Sun, like a newspaper in Baltimore, they questioned McDonald's about this, and they asked like how that's possible if there's multiple actors playing him. And the official statement was supposedly from Ronald himself. It was a quote: "If I told you all my secrets, they wouldn't be secrets anymore. Let's just say that between you and me and Santa, it's magic." So
he knows Santa Claus.
Yeah, he threw in Santa Claus. So the official stance from McDonald's is that Ronald McDonald can be in more than one place at a time. So there's like multiple Ronald McDonalds, but they're all controlled by one Ronald.
So Ronald McDonald is a hive mind, is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically. That's an official...
This is the worst hive mind to be part of.
That's official lore, though. So, I don't know. Does that make him OP? Might make him OP.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that, like, if there's more than one place at once, but I think if you still kill Ronald, I think you still kill Ronald. I think Ronald's dead if you kill any of the Ronalds.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a Horcrux situation where he gets, like, 7 tries. I think it's just, you kill the Ronald is dead.
Sure.
And all the other actors have to commit suicide to keep the lore up.